Today we're going to talk about investing back in your trucking business as an owner-operator, because a lot of people make a lot of mistakes by buying a truck and milking that son of a bitch like it's a cow.
Till the wheels fall off.
And then it never ends good, because no matter how good the truck is, if you're not investing in your trucking business, if you're not putting money back in the truck, if you're not repairing and maintaining it and upgrading it, when I'm talking about upgrading, I'm not talking about no chrome shop upgrades. I'm talking about things that do matter, that's going to get the load from point A to point B, keeping your truck in a really, really good shape. You will...
But even when you talk about upgrading, we're going to jump into that. At what point is it time to say goodbye and let her go?
I say, again, depends on... It goes from truck to truck, from driver to driver, how much money you got to spend. If you have $1 million to spend, you can hold on to it. But if you're talking about effective business, I would say, again, you buy a truck anywhere between, 300, 450,000 miles, and you start looking to sell it, depends on the truck, 750, 800,000 miles.
All right, here we go. So kind of start, rewind the clock a little bit to go to the beginning. So most guys, buy a truck, jump into this and get started. There's not a lot of guys are going to have an extra $15,000, $10,000 sitting there waiting for maintenance. They kind of spent a lot on the down payment, getting everything up off the ground. But how severe or important is it to replenish that maintenance fund or get it to, I want to say at least 10K?
I think it's extremely important. I think one of the problems is that the people buy a truck, and then if anybody who buys a truck has $10,000 in the pocket after all the expenses, congratulations, you're like top 1% of owner-operators.
Here we go.
In my opinion. Most people scraping every penny because we have other things to do. We have house, we have car, we have kids in the college, we have wife, right?
Got a lot of things, yep.
So a lot of times we, pull for 1K just to get that truck. And it's a rare driver that buys a truck and has $10,000 in the pocket or more, because if you're going to read in the comments, where people commenting about how much money you should have, everybody is talking about tens of thousands of dollars. But the reality is, if that was a norm, nobody would be an owner-operator. However, there is a solution. What you can do about it if you do not have those tens of thousands of dollars, you buy a truck, you get everything you need just to run your business, and then you off the races against the time. Against the time and against your truck's capacity. So your truck will break down, but it's not going to break down just based on mileage. If you think that the more I run, the more it's going to break, so it's kind of lose no matter what.
Yeah, but while you're preserving, you're destroying.
Yes, so I think time is the most important. You have to, regardless if anything happens to your truck or not, you got to always keep running, always putting money to the side for repairs and maintenance, even if you do not need any repairs at the moment. Mm-hmm. Because whenever you're going to have them, you may not have an opportunity to make that money. You're going to need that money right there and then in order to move on.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think I'm probably talking about, 95% of owner-operators that bought a truck, probably had a couple $1,000s in the pocket.
Yeah.
And some of them, decides that we only going to work when we have no money. And others, we just work no matter what, because that's the name of the game.
Yeah, so in this particular case, especially if you don't have that money, which is a lot of us, man. Like we did enough to get into the business and then go from there. You gotta at least get the discipline in order to what's that old cliche? Make sure you pay yourself first. Well, in this case, you want to pay the truck first. You got to get that maintenance reserve up, because that's the only thing that's going to continue to allow cash flow to happen should something bad happen and shit hits the fan and now you got to make a repair.
And you got to look at the big picture, because a lot of people will say, if I cannot spend money right now on myself, what's the point of business? Then, congratulations, you're always going to be somebody's driver. So you have to get out of that mindset. You have to say, all right, I'm I'm short on money, but now I have a truck, and now I'm racing against time. I need to always, always, always be able to make more money than whatever I'm going to need. And I'm going to pay myself only whatever is left.
Here we go.
Or the bare minimum, because you always want to have as much money in the truck as possible. And then if you don't need it, it's all yours.
Yeah, but just like learning this business, learning those financial habits is there's a learning curve, man. It takes discipline. It takes effort. It's not easier said than done for a lot of people.
Yes. So I think even if sometimes somebody buys a truck and we start running and the breakdown happens, and let's say we have no money to repair that truck, at least you have the money coming in
Yes.
from the job that you already done. But if you're just sitting home, because I witnessed countless of those unfortunate situations to where somebody who has absolutely no money put to the side goes on like crazy vacations just to come back with nothing. And I'm saying like literally nothing.
Yeah, I'll see a lot of guys also where what happens is, for whatever reason, they park the truck. And then a year later, they're going to put this truck back onto the road, but there's no money. And you're rolling dice, and you really are, because just because it's a parked truck, it doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong with it. You're going to have to address a few issues, so you're going to have that piece to handle. But at the end of the day, just having absolutely no money, nothing to lose, just to hopefully this may work. The problem is, if you're entering this environment where every settlement check is money already spent like 4 months ago, it's going to be problematic to your business. You got to be able to have the discipline, be educated enough, control those finances. So important in this business.
Yes. So your habits of making and saving money have to leave your needs of money in the dust.
Yes.
And once you buy a truck, the race is on.
A little bit of suffering,
and you never stop. In the early stages, you run as hard as you can. Once you get it under control, now let's say you do have that $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Now you can kind of take it easier.
Yeah.
But you can never be like, all right, now I got $40,000. I'm going to spend it all. And hopefully I can do this again. No, because that's not the same truck anymore. That truck got older by making you that $40,000.
Yeah, and that's always what it comes down to, right? You want to preserve the vessel that allows you to make that money. Sometimes it gets treated like the last thing on the priority list for a lot of people.
Yeah, and we sometimes look, there is a little crack on the window. Not a big deal. I'm gonna, save a couple $100 in the next couple of weeks, and I'm gonna fix it. Now the tires are coming to an end. I need another couple of weeks. Now oil change, man, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it next month. All those little things, we keep adding up and adding up, and then you get to one bad place to where it costs you more to fix your truck just to be road ready than to buy a new truck.
Yep.
And you're not even ready for it because that's the number one reason why you were procrastinating. And sometimes, I've seen where, like somebody keeps neglecting those little things, and that takes them out of business.
Yeah, that's when then it's, hey, let me park the truck. I'll go be a company guy and save some money, and then I'll come fix my truck and get back in the seat.
Yeah, but if you don't, even if you manage to do that, but you don't change your habits,
you're
back to square one.
Vicious cycle. Yeah, for sure.
So at the end of the day, the advice is very simple. You get a truck and you keep on in the race. You keep racing so you can always make more money that you're spending no matter what it takes, no matter the rates, no matter who's the president, no matter what the diesel price is. You have to always make more money than you're spending. And if you need to make more money than you're spending, give us a call, 863-342-5171.
We can help you with that.
We can help you with that. We got all the knowledge. We have very, very experienced dispatcher that can really take your business to the next level. New equipment, original rate confirmations, everything you ever wanted in trucking, we got it right here in beautiful Mulberry, Florida.
All right, guys, drive safe, be safe, keep on trucking.
All right, guys, take care.